Hello, I'm from ESSEC. I hope you can hear me, and I will start now the presentation about ESSEC Business School. So my name is Annegret. I work for ESSEC Business School in India for the last 15 years, and I'm in charge of the BBA and master programs, but mostly for the master programs. And obviously, ESSEC is located in France because we are today in the Campus France tour. So welcome to France, but we have two different campuses, which are our main campuses in France and in Singapore, and a third one in Morocco. So first I would like to show you the ESSEC campus, which is the main campus in Cergy in the Paris region. So it's around 30 kilometers from Paris. So you can either stay at the campus in Paris, or you can live in the campus in Cergy, or you can live in Paris. And the other campus is, as I mentioned already, in Singapore. So this is our Asia Pacific campus, and you can study either in France or in Singapore, and then you can switch to campuses for many programs. That allows you to have an experience in Europe and also in Asia. And here are our programs taught in English. Of course, we have also master programs in French. We have a 4-year bachelor degree. It's the Global BBA program, taught in English or in French, but I guess most of you will be interested in English. So this program is ranked #1 for the last 10 years in France. And then we have several master programs in English. The most famous is the Master Management, the GRANDE program, for what ESSEC is famous. And ESSEC is more than 100 years old, so this has been always our core program. This program is ranked 3rd worldwide by Financial Times now for several years. We have a Master in Finance, that's a 1-year program. It's ranked 4th worldwide by Financial Times. The Master in Data Science and Business Analytics, now a very popular program also. It is ranked 3rd worldwide by QS. Then we have a Master in Strategy and Management of International Business, and the MSc in Marketing. The last program is taught only in Singapore. ESSEC has several accreditation, as you can see on top, the ASCSB, EQUIS, and AMBA. I will first present quickly the Global BBA for those who are now at high school level and are looking for an undergraduate program, and then I will present the master programs. So the Global BBA can be started in France or in Singapore, and then you can switch to the other campus, or you can do it entirely in France. It has an integrated experience in another country, so students can go to exchange programs or double degree programs. So at the end, you will have different, I'm just looking at the chat. So you have different experiences. You can study in France in English, learn a little bit of French, and then you can remain in France, or you study in Singapore and then you go for an exchange program. So there are many options possible in those 4 years. It has a lot of work experience integrated, which is very useful if you have a doubt what you should study or what you should do later, in which field you should work. So you have an internship of 3 months, then an internship of 1 month as a social internship, and then 6 months internship integrated. So there is a lot of work experience to try out different fields. You can try out marketing or finance. So there are a lot of options to get an international experience through the exchange program as well as through work experience. So what will you study when you go for the Global BBA? So here you have some of the courses that you will definitely study in both the campuses. So foundation courses, obviously the very typical BBA programs like strategic management, finance, operation management, and you have languages, so you can continue to learn French if you have started already, or you learn a new language like Spanish or Mandarin. We have, of course, advanced courses where you can specialize in supply chain or in digital strategy. Then we have many other courses, especially in entrepreneurship. ESSEC is famous for entrepreneurship. And then you have different ways of learning through team building and something what we call the Imagination Week. So these are very unusual experiences, and not only in the classroom. So the learning is a lot through case studies and teamwork, where you will work with your classmates together on different projects and present that in class. Already I mentioned we have different exchange programs. So we have double degree and exchange programs in the Global BBA. So you could study in France, in Singapore, and then go for an exchange to, for example, to Switzerland or to the US or UK. You have here a few of the schools where we have tie-ups with. So we have more than 160 partners worldwide. So what do you do after the Global BBA? 27% enter the job market, so they will start first to work right after the graduation of the Global BBA. 98% find a job within 6 months of graduation, and the average salary after 5 years is 55,000 euro per year. Some of the students create their own company. As I said already, we are very strong in entrepreneurship. But the majority of students decides to continue their studies. So either they continue at ESSEC in one of the specialized master programs I will present you after, or they go to some of our partner universities in the UK or in Italy or in Germany or US. So there are many options after this program. How to apply for the Global BBA? You need a high school degree. If you have not studied in English, then you have to take an English test like TOEFL. And then everything is online. So you send your CV, you upload your recommendation letters and academic transcripts, and there will be a Skype interview. There are 4 different rounds for the application per year. We are there to help you. So contact us, send your CV, and we will help you for all the questions you have about the program and also, of course, for the application. Now I'm going to the master programs. So I'm presenting, starting with our core program, the Master Management or GRANDE ECOLE program, the MIM. This program is ranked third worldwide, I already mentioned that, and it's a 2 years program, a very flexible program where you can customize your curriculum, you can choose different tracks, chairs, specializations. Here again, we have international exchange programs and double degrees. And you can study either in France, in Singapore, or you could also go to Morocco. If you start in France, you have in the first year the refresher courses, especially for those who come from a different background, who have not studied in business before, so for example, engineers. And then you have different tracks you can choose from, the specialized tracks. And then you could go for an exchange program or a double degree. And at the end, you can go for an internship or start the apprenticeship program or do any other program like a volunteer program. If you start in Singapore and then switch later to Paris, this is a program which is more learning by doing oriented. So you will have a junior consulting experience. And then you have 3 different tracks which you can choose from. And then later you have the Asian Strategy Consulting Project, and you can move on to France, or you can go for an exchange program. If you start in Singapore, all the case studies and projects are usually more oriented towards business in Asia. If you choose to go for an exchange program, it's not mandatory, but a great option to go, for example, to the US or Singapore or Italy or anywhere else in the world where we have tie-ups. You can go either for a 3-month exchange, or you can also choose a double degree that is a 1-year degree. We also have a tie-up with the IIM Ahmedabad for a double degree, but unfortunately you cannot go back to your home country. So in India, that means you cannot go back to India. After graduation from the MIM program, most of the students will work in finance, consulting, general management, or they start their own business. Here you can see some of our partners, the companies you can see here. 75% of the students find a job before they graduate, and almost 100% within 6 months of graduation. This program allows you to stay back for 1 year to search for a job, but as you can see, most of them find it much earlier. The average starting salary, if you work outside of France, is around 63,000 euro. In France, it's 55,000 euro per year. So how to apply? Who can apply? If you have a bachelor degree or you're about to get a bachelor degree, you can apply. It doesn't matter if it's a 3 years or 4 years degree. You can upload your CV, motivation letter, or recommendation letters. Everything is online. You have to take GMAT or GRE. We also accept CAT. Most of you will have studied English, so TOEFL or IELTS is not required. And then you will have an interview, which is this year for sure, it is all online. The tuition fees you can find on our website. You can see it here also. And all the details I'm giving here on the slides, you will find, of course, also on our website. Master in Finance, it's another program. It's a 1-year program if you have a 4 years bachelor degree or a 2 years program if you come from a 3 years bachelor background. This program is ranked 4th worldwide by Financial Times. It can be started in France or in Singapore. It's of course also taught in English. So what do students do after this program? Most of them, as you can see on the left side, work in banking consulting, and the average starting salary is 68,000 euro per year. Almost 100% of the students find a job around graduation time and 100% within 3 months. So you can see below our top recruiters who come to our campus for to recruit the students from this program. And we offer summer and graduate programs. So this is what we call the summer internship, which is much more than just an internship. ESSEC will prepare you how to apply for this. And a summer internship is almost like a pre-employment. So you can see here the different companies that recruit our students in the last years. So, and this also in different countries. So it can be in France or in the UK. Some of them work also in other countries. For the application, you can apply with a 3 years bachelor degree, and that in this case you have to do the program in 2 years. Or if you have a 4 years bachelor degree, usually an engineering degree, you can do this program in 1 year. You can upload your CV, recommendation letters, academic transcripts. Again, you have to take GMAT, GRE, or CAT. And if you have not studied in English, then you have to take TOEFL, but I don't think that's the case in India. Below you have the tuition fees, so they are different depending if you start in France or in Singapore, or if you go for a 1 year or 2 years program. The Master in Strategy and Management of International Business, we call this short the SMIP program, is ranked 3rd worldwide by QS. It can be a 1 year or 2 year program depending on your previous bachelor degree. It can also be done entirely in Singapore or in France, or you can switch in between. So this is again multi-campus oriented. It has international business trips in this program, and here the profiles vary a lot. So if you have a little bit more work experience, this program is open to a variety of different backgrounds and age groups. In this program, you can go for 3 different tracks, so corporate strategy, strategic consulting, or managing digital transformation innovation. It can be done in Singapore or in France, so depending on the campus, the focus will be on Western countries or on Asian countries. Here you can see the companies that recruit from this program. Most of the students in this program come from an engineering background from India and work in consulting later. If you go still for finance or supply chain logistics, so it depends on your previous background also where you will be. 71% find a job before graduation, and the average salary is around 56,000 euro per year. For the application, we accept 3 years or 4 years bachelor degree holders. So depending on your bachelor, you will apply for the 1 year or 2 year degree. Again, it's an online application. You have to take GMAT, GRE, or CAT. And the tuition fees are below, depending if it's in France for 1 year or 2 years. So you have all the details also on the website. The Master in Data Science and Business Analytics is a more recent program. It was established in 2014 compared to all other programs that are much older. It is, you can start this program only in France, but there's a specialization in Singapore. It is a combination of ESSEC and another engineering school that is also very famous in France, Centrale Supélec. So you will have a dual degree of both the schools where you study in ESSEC, business analytics and digital strategy, and data science and Centrale Supélec. You can see here and below the calendar how the year is organized. So you will go to both the schools, and both are located in the Paris region. After graduation from this program, most of the students will obviously work as a data scientist or go into consulting, depending on the previous experience also. And in this program, 100% find a job within 6 months after graduation. Most of the companies are the same you have seen already who recruit for this program, and we have on-campus placement where companies come to recruit directly. For the application, we recommend to have a very good quant score in GMAT or GRE, and CAT is also accepted. You have to, again, upload everything online, and we are there to help you if you have questions for the application. We accept 3-year bachelor degree holders and 4-year bachelor degree holders. If you have a 4-year bachelor degree, the program can be done in 1 year. If it's 3 years, then you have to do the program in 2 years. The MSc in Marketing and Management and Digital is a program that is not taught in France. It's only available in English in Singapore. This is a 1-year program, and it accepts any bachelor degree. Doesn't matter 3 years or 4 years. It is the same length as only 1 year. There is no requirement for GMAT or GRE or TOEFL if you have studied in English. Most of the students will work later in digital marketing or in luxury. As you can see on the right side, we have here the different companies that recruit from this program. So you have many alumni from ESSEC working in Chanel or in Piaget, Richemont. So it depends what is your interest. Can be luxury or can be digital marketing. There are many options available after this program. So again, the application is online. The fees are 33,700 Singapore dollar, and you can contact me if you have questions for the application. Our career service is very well developed at ESSEC, so we have the whole year around events at our campus. We have the on-campus recruitment fair where over 150 corporate partners come to ESSEC. We have special company days where one company comes and presents the different jobs, and you can interact with our alumni and HR managers. More than 21,000 offers for apprenticeship or internship are available on our intranet, and more than 6,000 graduate job offers we receive yearly also for our students. You can also have a help from consulting companies who come to ESSEC, especially in the finance sector, who help you to prepare for those summer internships or applications. And of course, we have a huge alumni network with over 60,000 alumni where you can also connect if you have any specific interest to apply in a company. Scholarships, how to finance your studies at ESSEC. We have different scholarships. One is the ESSEC Excellence Scholarship, and the other is the Diversity Scholarship. There is no separate application. You apply to ESSEC, and during the application process, you might get selected for a scholarship. Otherwise, the Eiffel Scholarship from the French government is also available for several of the master programs. You can work at ESSEC, of course, in internships, and then we also have students' jobs like student ambassador. And a very great program is the apprenticeship program, where you can work and study, and the company will pay the entire tuition and salary. For those who are interested in taking a bank loan, we have a tie-up with Prodigy, and you can find those information on our website. So not only studies are interesting at ESSEC, we also have, of course, a student life. So we have more than 100 student clubs. This can be in sport arts, in professional clubs, also like junior consulting. So you can create your own association. So there are a lot of things to do after studies at ESSEC. Here you have some examples of what our students did in the past. And then the last slide, here is our contact. So I'm Annegret, this is for master programs, and my colleague Dolcit is your contact if you have questions for the BBA program. I will just read the chat. So in the chat, I can see what GMAT score does ESSEC look for. So that depends on the program. If you are applying for data science or finance or MIM program, I recommend a score of 680 plus, especially a very good quant score. But we look not only at the GMAT. So having a GMAT of 750 does not necessarily get you into ESSEC, while we have from time to time students who have a bit lower GMAT scores and got admitted. I still recommend to have a high GMAT score because it's one of the requirements when you apply in ESSEC, so it's better to have a good score. The next, I will just go quickly. It will end very soon. So maybe you can send me later your questions by email, since you have my contact details in the slide. Can I apply for Prodigy Finance for the MIM program? Yes, you can apply for all our master programs for Prodigy for the loan. Is job experience mandatory for the MIM program? It's not mandatory. This is for freshers. So we take from 0 to 2 years of work experience for all the master programs. Next question, would I get opportunities to work in France after completing master in marketing in Singapore? That depends, because if you are in Singapore, usually this is the training will be more in Asia, and it might not be so easy to get a job in France. Maybe a company who recruits in Singapore, but it would be better to study in France if you want to stay back in France. How do students apply for apprenticeship? So you apply for the apprenticeship after 1 year at ESSEC, and so you have to be 1 year in France to be able to apply for the apprenticeship, and we have a dedicated department that will help you for the application, and we get all the offers on the intranet. I will just go again through other questions. Is the tuition fee listed here for 1 year or for the whole program? So the tuition fees you have seen on the slides, you can check them up in the website again. This is usually for the entire program, but it depends if you apply for a 1 year or 2 year program. So I think maybe it will end soon. If I cannot answer your question, please contact me by email for any further questions. Next question is, how many years of visa is provided in France and in Singapore for the 1 or 2 year programs? So generally, when you graduate from ESSEC in France, you can stay back for 1 year to search a job. And once you find a job, it depends how long is your job. If it's a full-time job, you can stay many years in France. And in Singapore, that depends now on the nationality, but many students from ESSEC have found a job in Singapore and stayed back. So I think that is every year is a little bit different. That depends on the Singapore government and on your nationality. But when you are in ESSEC Singapore, usually you will apply before you graduate for a job. So it should be possible to stay back and sign a contract. So are there any other questions? Thank you very much. I will stop now and hope to meet you soon, either by WhatsApp or by email. So if you have questions, please send me your CV and your questions directly to my email. Thank you and bye-bye.